Good morning, Uganda. Welcome back from the business desk. It's time for the agenda. My name is Julie F. Nantaba. Now, on the agenda this morning, we're looking at deploying innovation to defend Uganda's biodiversity. And allow me to start off with a note of congratulations to the Uganda Wildlife Authority for winning an award on the lead agency National Environmental Sustainability that it won at the Serena Hotel under the theme Innovation for Climate Resilience, as awarded to the Uganda Wildlife Authority by the National Environment Sustainability Awards that were granted, and the event took place at the Serena Hotel, and UWA won that award in line with innovation. And that's why this morning we choose to delve deep into that very conversation. Now, do you want to understand it? Do you want to learn, unlearn, and relearn a few things regarding biodiversity, especially in relation to the Uganda Wildlife Authority and everything wildlife? This is the best time to sit tight, buckle up, and engage the conversation. 0709 602 592. That's our WhatsApp number that you can engage to be part of this conversation. Now, my guest this morning is John Makombo. He is the Commissioner Biodiversity Management at the Uganda Wildlife Authority. A very good morning to you.
Good morning, Julie, and good morning, viewers.
It's a pleasure having
great having you here also.
And it's a joy.
Thank you.
Joyous energy, indeed.
Thank you.
Now, for the purpose of relatability to our viewers, what exactly is biodiversity, and how does the Uganda Wildlife Authority fit into this conversation of biodiversity?
Okay, just Julie, in simple terms, I want to say bio is an equivalent of biology, and the biology talks about living things. And so when we talk about bio, we actually looking at the biological living things, both plants and animals, living in their natural environment. So we look at how diversity means the various kinds of elements within the environment. So how diverse are these biological elements within the living environment in the natural settings? So when we talk about biodiversity as the Uganda Wildlife Authority, we are looking at how wildlife both fauna and flora diverse within their natural ecosystems. And that's basically biodiversity in simple terms.
All right. Now, Uganda Wildlife Authority obviously just got the accolade for being innovatively part of this. Let's look at how UWA gets involved in the biodiversity of Uganda.
Yeah, basically our mandate according to the law, the Uganda Wildlife Act 315, is to manage and protect the biodiversity of Uganda. And we do this through a number of things. Of course, for now, we have 22 protected areas. Recently, we are acquiring more estate. Cabinet approved the acquisition or the transfer of Echuya, Ukaleva to Uganda Wildlife Authority. And recently, again, we received the Bugoma Forest as an additional protected area that we are going to manage. Okay? So our management basically focuses on protection, okay? Ensuring that we rehabilitate the ecosystem, ensuring that we do research, we do tourism, and the tourism helps us to generate the revenues that we use for conservation purposes. Then, of course, we have manpower, serious manpower, capacitated, well capacitated. We have infrastructure of our own, equipment, and we use all these. These are things that we use in the management of the biodiversity that we have out there in the bushes.
You've shared a bit of hints, with some of the biodiversity that you are managing under the mandate given to you by the government. What is the current state of Uganda's biodiversity?
I must say, really, Uganda is doing very well. Right in the 60s, we had great numbers. Tourism was the best. Uganda had the best tourism. It was the best tourism destination in the land of East Africa.
This is in which years again?
In the 60s.
In the 60s?
Yes.
Okay.
Through the 70s, we started losing grip because of the civil strife. And by 79, when we had the Tanzanian war, the numbers went down completely. And this was because when the Tanzanian army arrived, I don't know whether they had mission to destroy our tourism. They killed most of our wildlife. And actually, even that time, because of the civil strife, there were no resources to manage these protected areas, especially with the game department, where almost there were no salaries, no vehicles, nothing, and so there were no personnel, leave alone at least the Uganda National Parks, where at least there was still some bit of capacity. In fact, when you look at the numbers, most of the wildlife remained in the parks. The game reserves completely became empty. And so around 1996, when the Uganda Wildlife Authority was created, government didn't see the reason why we needed to duplicate, because the two departments of government were doing the same, almost same job. So we had a merger. That was the first merger in wildlife conservation. And so from that, the numbers again, okay, because of the culture of Uganda National Parks, okay, and Uganda National Parks having acquired the game reserves now into the Uganda Wildlife Authority, we started capacitating the institution, and the numbers started rising. I want to be proud that we have actually raised the numbers now. Whereas we used to have around 1986, okay? Let's say in the early 90s, we had about 1,900 elephants. I'm proud to say that now we have over 6,000 elephants. Yeah? In the 60s, we used to have about 50,000 cobs. No, about 100,000 cobs. We are now in 170. Okay? Okay? That's even better. Giraffes, we used to have about 2,500. We are now over 2,500. Impalas, we are now over the 60s. Zebras, we are now over the 60s. Okay? Even waterbacks. So which means actually the numbers are doing very well. 83, that's when we lost the last rhino. 1983. Exactly. And today we are very proud. We have never lost any rhino. CC 206, when we reintroduced the rhinos, we now have close to 62 rhinos from 206, and they are really doing well. We have now started the reintroduction of these rhinos into the wild. We first bred them at Zua, and now we are going into the bush. Yeah, and so we already have 4 in Ajai Wildlife Reserve, 4 in Kidepo, and in the coming days, in July, we want to take another 14. Okay, 16 actually in Ajai, and then 10 in Kidepo. So we want to rewild and restore the populations in the wild. And unfortunately, of course, you see that we have our corridors already occupied, right? Because of population pressure. We no longer get very free movements of animals because they are bad. You have no buffer zones. We used to have controlled hunting areas in the olden times, but these areas are no more because the population has increased. 60 is possible. We can talk about a human population of about 4 million, about there. But now we are in the 50s, so you can see the difference. And so people need space, and we cannot deny them that space. Okay, people are growing, and so they need space where to cultivate, especially cultivation, and then settlements. And that's why we are losing grip on the movements of animals, and so the space is getting smaller and smaller, and that's why we are actually getting into securing the existing sizes of the protected areas. And that's why government is getting interested in assuring that, okay, Uganda Wildlife Authority has the capacity to protect, and so we need to get these protected areas transferred into the management of Uganda Wildlife Authority, which has the capacity to protect them. We acquired a number of forests. In 91, we took over Rwenzori, we took over Windi, we took over Mugahinga from Forest Department. Now, 93, we again took over Kibale, we took over Semliki, we took over Mount Elgon. Government is confident about what we are doing, and now we are going to take over. We have taken over Bugoma. Once Parliament approves, we are going to take over Echia and Bukaleva, and more forests are coming. So Uganda Wildlife Authority is capacitated, and the state of affairs in terms of wildlife conservation is actually doing very well.
Accelerating on a good speed. If you are just joining the conversation, well, we are looking at deploying innovation to defend Uganda's biodiversity, and having this conversation, a beautiful picture so far thus far that he has painted by, that is John Makombo, who is the Commissioner of Biodiversity Management at the Uganda Wildlife Authority. Ask that question, all right? 0709 602 592. Lots of things to learn, to pick from, and to also encourage you to visit, you know, to tour, do that domestic tourism with a lot of information at the back of your mind. I love the fact that you've mentioned a few challenges, especially with space and the population density that grows every now and again here in Uganda. But what more challenges is biodiversity facing in Uganda? Yeah,
a number of them, Julie. For example, we have now the proliferation of invasive problematic species. And this is brought about by, you know, the element of global warming and climate change. And so with the rising temperatures, the good pasture, which is not resilient to high temperatures, is actually dying off. And so the resilient plants are actually thriving. But then as they thrive, they are not, you know, very good pasture. It's not good food for the animals. Some of the bushes are very thick and thorny, and so animals actually like chased away from there, and they cannot use some of those localized areas. And if you go to Queen, for example, you see that we used to have a beautiful channel track area. But now all the animals have shifted from there to Kasenyi because we still have an open grassland, okay? And so those are some of the issues that we are having. We have developments in areas, and these developments are actually eating up the space.
Right.
We have got, for example, the oil and gas. Oil and gas has taken a lot of good space, and in a critical tourism area, okay, in Murchison Falls. Now, we are also again going to get, we already have Karuma hydropower, which has also taken some bit of space. Now, we're going to get another 3 hydropower stations, which are going to be completely inside Murchison Falls. You get it? And they are going to have, you know, excavation of boulders, of stones, and then you heap them, and you need a lot of space. That is actually reducing on the availability of space. You know, we're going to have a lot of human presence, and you know, human presence comes with a lot of impact, you know, poaching, okay, things like those. Other, of course, problems we have, okay, like in the developments also we have the roads. I know you have seen some elephants being hit by cars, killed. Recently we had a problem in Karuma. Yes. Our colleagues were smashed by elephants after knocking it. So these are some of the things that we are looking at, and things that need to be impacted, I mean to be mitigated. I have already talked about the corridors, the buffer zones. We are getting the population pressure. I want to also to talk about climate change. Then in terms of the Rwenzoris, definitely we are losing snow. And snow has been one of our best when it comes to tourism in the Rwenzoris. There are times we get to crevices in the Rwenzoris and tourists cannot cross to the peak of the Rwenzoris. That has been a problem. Then we have, of course,
this is due to what? Come again.
Crevices.
What
crevices are cracks within the glacier.
Oh.
The snow.
Oh, yeah.
And so when there's a deep crack, actually it's very risky for tourists to move in, because once there is an accident, possibly someone drops deep into the crevice, you know, it's very cold. We are talking of below 0 degrees centigrade, possibly -7 or something like that. You just freeze in the ice, deep in the ice. So we never risk our tourists to go before we do some bit of mitigation. In some areas we'll put ladders in order for us to ensure that tourists can be able to cross from one side of the crevice to the other. Okay. We have got more challenges in terms to things like human-wildlife conflict, of course. I told you we have no buffers now. Okay. So sometimes you get cows are grazed within. And because of that, okay, lions find it easy. You know, cows are very easy to hunt. It's like meat that you get on your table, you enjoy it. So cows are very easy to hunt. They don't run as fast as the cobs. So lions find it easier to carnivores find it easier to attack. And because of that, the pastoralists get anchored, okay, and poison the what? They poison the carcasses. Unfortunately, lions will always come back to their carcasses. Okay, and because of that, we have lost quite a number of lions. Around the 70s, we used to have quite a number of elephants, actually above 600. Towards the 80s, late 80s, we had 600, and for now, actually, we have about 400 lions. With Kidepo having the least number now, and we have about 12 lions in Kidepo. Murchison Falls has the biggest number, but Queen has been heavily affected by the human-wildlife conflict element, and that also goes along with crop destruction. Where you see, because of migratory corridors, crops are being destroyed by elephants, and people are not happy. And people are not happy. They do retaliatory actions. Sometimes you find the elephants killed because people are not happy with it. And there is negative attitude because of human-wildlife conflict. Okay? So people are no longer, you know, they are not happy that, you know, wildlife is destroying their crops and that kind of thing. And this is affecting, of course, tourism in a way. Then we have disease. Like now you can see Ebola has actually affected us so much. Okay, we already have travel advisories. People no longer come to Uganda. Americans actually bad, they are stopped from coming. And because of this, we are losing a lot of revenue. We had a number of cancellations for tourists. Probably we have lost close to 25 billion Uganda shillings in this short time because people have cancelled their bookings. So we are losing a little bit, and we need to see how to up our game and see how we can manage. Possibly we are soon declaring Uganda Ebola free, and that is going to facilitate the revisitation. Then of course technology. Our technology is still rudimentary, and we're trying to improve, move faster. We have quite a number of drones. We are going to build the capacity of staff so that they can be able to operate. And with the drones, we should be able to patrol the protected areas without physically going on site. For now, we are running a system, what we are calling the Earth Ranger, real-time monitoring of biodiversity. Okay, so Earth Ranger, we use collars, and these collars are registered into the system of Earth Ranger. So we can see an animal moving from place to place. We can actually see. We can also see, we use radios, okay, digital radios, and we monitor our personnel moving in the parks. So we can be able to guide with the communication in place. We can be able to guide staff who are in specific places. So, okay, elephants are almost in this place. Right. Please try to see how you can hurry up and be able to reach the other side. With the human-wildlife conflict again, we are building quite a number of fences around. We started with the trenches, but elephants started learning how to go about trenches. Oh, really? Yes. Yes.
I'm told that an elephant is one of the most intelligent animals.
Yes, most intelligent animal, and it has memory. Okay. Yeah. It will actually remember what happened like 30 years ago, or even more. And they know where they passed 50 years back. Even a small baby will know that, yes, this used to be our route, and they will pass through the same. And that's why there is
sounds more intelligent.
Exactly. That's why there is destruction of crops and property, because they still remember where they used to pass, and they want to use the same routes. Okay. Yesterday we were discussing the pastoralists, how pastoralists come from Kenya and enter Uganda through the Matheniko. They have specific routes because of the specific openings, possible openings. And this is also the same thing with elephants. Yeah, they have specific places where they pass, and you cannot divert them, yeah, unless if you have barriers. So we are now building, because of loss of corridors, buffer zones, we are building fences. We are moving from just mechanical fences, okay, to protect these endangered species, to intelligent fences. Now we are bringing a lot of technology. In Ajay, we are actually building the best ever intelligent fence, I think, in East Africa. Okay.
What does an intelligent fence look like?
This intelligent fence has got sensors. Okay. As soon as someone touches the fence, okay, it will send a signal, either to the manager's phone or to the control room, and it will actually show the position of the person or the position of the animal. So we are trying to look at, if a rhino touches a wire and then breaks it, we should be able to detect that there is a breakage and there is a rhino next to the fence. Okay, so this is what we have established, so that we should be able to monitor these rhinos in real time. If there is a poacher who is coming to the fence and the poacher touches the fence, is trying to tamper with the fence, we should be able to detect it in real time and rush to the site before an incident happens. So we're trying to put in place some technology so that we can manage through technology. We are also chipping our rhinos. For example, these ones we took to Kidepo are actually chipped. So we monitor the chip. It's not like a collar. Collars are big, but a chip is just a small thing you put into the rhino horn, and you see, no one will even see. Okay, that one is easier, because the collar, someone will see it possibly and
want to take it
and will want to destroy the evidence. Okay, but a chip will not know where it is. Okay, so it is easier to actually even track you, even if you are not in the protected area. If you carry a rhino horn, we shall know where it is, because we shall know where the chip is. So we are advancing with the technology, so that we can be able to protect our wildlife and our biodiversity in Uganda.
Lovely. And I love the expansion you've given us from challenges to even the technology being applied in protecting the diversity of Uganda. You are watching UBC TV, and this morning we're looking at deploying innovation to defend Uganda's biodiversity. Having this conversation with John Makombo, who is the Commissioner Biodiversity Management at the Uganda Wildlife Authority. Now, allow me get into some of the comments that are coming through.
Okay.
And I'm starting with Kimaleni Michael from Bududa District. He says, I work in Shema District. Okay, I'm Kimaleni from Bududa District, but I work in Shema District. Here in Chitagata Secondary School. My question is, are monkeys part of wildlife animals? If so, how have they planned for these monkeys here in Chitagata, which always come and destroy people's plantations every time? And these are animals which are multiplying every month, because I remember I came here in 2024, but they were like less than 30, but now they are more than 500. Please help us. And this issue of monkeys is not only happening in Chitagata,
yes,
but even here in Kampala,
yes.
in people's homes, you find monkeys destroying everything. And
you're right.
How is the Uganda Wildlife Authority getting involved in helping the situation?
Okay, I want to say yes, we have these monkeys everywhere, and in the law we have got what we call vermin, okay? And vermin is the responsibility of the local government. If you also go to the Local Government Act, vermin is a responsibility of the vermin.
What is vermin?
Vermin, let's say the Board of Uganda Wildlife Authority gazetted 3 species as vermin. Vermin is basically designated so, and it depends on the status of an animal within the country. For example, for us in Uganda, a vervet mange, an olive baboon, and then a wild pig. These are the 3 species which have already been gazetted as vermin. And the reason is their status is not actually a matter of concern for us, okay? You can find them anywhere. Whereas you can find them anywhere, they are actually a nuisance to the people. And because they are a nuisance to the people, and their status is so good, we are not scared about them, their status. The board declared them vermin, okay? And vermin means this is actually a nuisance. It's a nuisance to the people, a nuisance to the population. And the country, as government, because we can't be everywhere, as Uganda Wildlife Authority, these monkeys and in urban places, in villages, and for us we more concentrate on the parks, whereas we can manage wildlife inside and outside, but basically our emphasis is in the protected areas.
Right.
So government gave the responsibility of management of vermin to local government, okay? And so that's why we have these 3 species, the vervet monkeys, and I know that's what my colleague is talking about. He's just in trouble with the vervet monkeys, because they are in use, they will come to your window and peep and then go for the banana which is actually in there. Even baboons never leave your door open, because they will enter and they will carry anything they land themselves on, okay? So they will carry food, they will eat your food, and they do anything. And they tend to be really chaotic. Exactly. Baboons are risky, leave alone the vervet monkeys. Yes. But baboons never come nearer to them, especially ladies. They can smell your hormones and know this is a girl. Even if you are wearing a trouser, they will still know this is a girl and this is a man. If there's a young boy, they will know this is a man because they smell. So they can easily run away from a boy than a lady. A lady. Yes, they segregate, they know. They know much as the ladies are saying they have they want equal rights with men, the baboons can still distinguish between a man and a lady. Okay, so local government basically is supposed to capacitate themselves to manage these vermin, the vermin. But for now, most of the local governments are actually incapacitated. What we've been doing is encourage them to recruit, and then we train and capacitate them. But the problem is with our local governments, the element of remuneration is the issue. They are willing to recruit, but they don't have the money in their budget to recruit. Okay, so once in a while actually we come in, once we are called, we have got specific numbers that we use in the community conservation department. We send our teams, they go, they assess, they will know what to do. Specific, let's say monkeys like those, okay, we can look at what is the threat, to assess the threat, okay, and we can either translocate. Okay, for example, we look at the alpha male, we look at the team leader. Alpha means the team leader. Okay, and if it is the team leader, we can say this is the guy who has been bringing these monkeys around. Either we eliminate or we translocate and take him elsewhere. Now, the moment you eliminate a team leader from the group, they will take care of them. No, there is danger in this specific place. So they will shift into another place. But also we should actually know that the problem of vermin is our own. Okay? It's our own as people. Because we have encroached on wetlands, we have encroached on forests, and these are the places where these monkeys have been living. Right. Now, they have nowhere to go, and they have to live. Okay? They have to live. Why is it that there were no monkeys in Kampala? They were there. They were hiding in the forest. But because we have gone into clearing all these forests that used to be around Kampala, now we can see the monkeys. They come to our houses. Okay? Just because we have actually finished these places. Likewise, in Ntungamo, where is this colleague of mine? Kitagata. Yeah, Kitagata. Kitagata used to be somehow forested, but now it's bananas, and because of the bananas, they come, they eat the bananas and go. They eat the maize, they eat. So these are sweet things that they learn about, and then eat them and actually go away. So that's why my friend is finding, and elsewhere, actually people are getting into trouble with vermin. Right,
let's get into more of the comments as we look at deploying innovation to defend Uganda's biodiversity. Good morning, UBC. This is Rosemary from Mutungo. My concern is, as the district of Abim near the Kidepo National Game Park, we are facing serious challenges with wild animals, especially elephants and buffaloes, destroying crops, and as a district it's because of food insecurity over the 3 years now. So as UWA, what are the steps you are taking such that the district is secured? Thank you. Okay, Bim, I want to apologize for these distractions, but we are not seated, Julie. We have learned about these problems. One of the issues actually that is causing this human-wildlife conflict is the fact that, again, I talked about the corridors. Elephants used to migrate all the way from South Sudan. That time it was Sudan, Julie. Probably you are not as old as me. Me, I'm close to 100 years. No, that's a lie. So elephants used to move all the way from Northern Africa and come down through Kidepo, through Abim, go to Pian, enter Kenya. Yes. Okay. But now, in the middle there, we already have blockages. Now, these elephants are still retracing their routes. And that's how they keep moving south-north.
And that's why people in Abim, Agago, Kitgum, Kotido, Kabong, Karenga, people around there actually have issues of human-wildlife conflict, especially elephants and buffaloes. Number two, now people have engaged in very sweet, palatable crops. And elephants find it also easy to actually harvest those crops. Just imagine you find a lash of a maize crop. The buffaloes will just enter and eat, even the cobs, the reed backs, they will just eat.
Yeah.
I used to be in Toro Semliki as a senior warden, as a manager, okay? And the committee members there, you know, we used to be very good friends. They gave me a garden and said, oh, come and plant here your crop. I planted rice, and the rice germinated very well, lush. Now, what do I get the following morning? I find the whole garden is clean, and they were happy. Because they said, now your gods have actually eaten your crops. So, the more you plant lush, very palatable crops around the protected areas, you're actually attracting animals into the gardens. And that's what's happening in Abim. Elephants are moving here and there, and as they move, they find the problems. So what are we doing? We have actually embarked on the program of fencing. But the problem with the Abim is the fact that we don't know where to fence. The bushes are big, and we have a Karenga Community Wildlife Management Area where people are settled within and outside. So as you try to fence, you already have people within there. So we are going to do a mix. We're going to do block fencing. Block fencing is where you specifically focus on a specific area, leave alone the generalities. Assuming this table is the park, okay? You can fence just around it. Or if we know that there is a facility within, like let's say we have a lodge, we have a hotel, and elephants keep attacking, we can actually face that specific area, and that's what we call block fencing. Okay. So people in Abim, just take heart. We are coming very soon. We shall be there. We have started the program. We have started sensitizations, and in not very far from now, we should be able to get the fence in place. So that we can stop this human-wildlife conflict element. Right.
Let's also look at wildlife plants. How is UWA conserving them? Because I also know they are part of the plant.
Yes. Actually, we have, of course, wildlife is both the plants and animals. Okay, even the butterflies, the algae, all that is all wildlife. We are interested in habitat, of course. And the habitat is what comprises of the plants. And in there, we have got some key biodiversity of plants. For example, we have Prunus africana. It's a very key medicinal plant. It's a tree, and people like it so much. In some of the areas we find it actually being cut and harvested and being debunked. And the debunking, of course, these are people who are looking for money. They just debunk it anyhow. You know, in the olden times, in terms of medicinal values, we used to have values as culture. They would say, if you debunk the tree, you ring it back the tree, you will die. Okay, those used to be our beliefs. And indeed, the other belief was, after harvesting, do not look back. If you look back, your medicine will not work.
Wow.
Yes. And those were the controls. So that actually when you harvest, what is enough for you, you go. You don't look back, because you can change your mind
to go for more.
It's to go for more. So it was a control. So the moment you have taken your bit, you just go home. Okay?
Yes.
And then you can come another day. Now, you don't ring back, because when you ring back, you actually kill a tree. Okay? Because trees survive by the food that is manufactured in the leaves, and they go to the roots. And if we cut that supply, then the roots die, and the roots are actually the one that sustain that tree. So, and that's why we focus ourselves on specific vegetations
I've actually been trying
trees.
To look up a Prunus africana.
Exactly.
What it looks like.
Exactly. Prunus is a big tree. We have got the Hizazone. For example, in the alpine region, those are high altitude vegetation. There are very few of them. And you know, climate change is affecting them. So we're interested in ensuring that we protect some of these things. Also up there, for example, Julie, if you go to the Rwenzoris, you find very big expanses of wetlands. Big expanse of wetlands. These are wetlands that have vegetation that is actually holding water,
Right.
and keep releasing this water at very good rates. And that's why the Rwenzoris have got, you know, permanent rivers that will flow year in, year out.
Right.
Okay? We are interested in protecting these plants. We have got the giant lobelias, very beautiful flowers. They are good for tourism, very good for tourism. So we focus ourselves also, like you can see the borassus. The borassus plant is more concentrated in the Murchison Falls. That's the only place in Uganda where we find this vegetation.
That is the short trees.
No, right? No, they look like palm. If you're going to Pakwach, possibly you'll see big forest of palm. So this vegetation is also endangered, and so we need to protect it also in our ecosystems, because if you don't, then we are actually losing out.
Right.
Our forests are disappearing, and whatever forest that we have to make sure that we protect it. Actually, we've got to, of course, specific places with the specific species that we cannot afford to lose. We cannot afford to lose.
Right.
Yeah.
We are having a conversation on deploying innovation to defend Uganda's biodiversity. I'm learning a lot. I don't know about you, but I believe you two are, because it's broken down to the simplest of language so that we all can relate, and whenever we see it, whenever we travel and are able to lay our eyes on these things, we remember things that we've learned from such conversations. Now, you have the Biodiversity Research Symposium.
Yes.
It did happen, or is it still happening?
Yesterday.
It happened.
We have had it for 2 days, Monday and the Tuesday yesterday. But today, we are still continuing with biodiversity still. We have the Giraffe Conservation Action Plan, which we are going to go for. So we had the symposium yesterday of the researchers.
And what's the goal of this symposium? What is supposed to be looked forward to?
Okay, so in the symposium, we are actually looking at what innovations can we come up with. Okay, what collaborative efforts can we build together to actually up our game in science. And so yesterday we were discussing lots of things in ecology, in species management, in community livelihood, and we were looking at how can we get all this data in one store, what we call a database,
right,
so that we can be able, people can be able to access information from a central store. So we realized that actually we have done quite a number of researches, and some of these researches are not available to the people that are willing to use it. We also have the young people that need to be supported to do research. Okay? We need now to start using good innovations in research. We want to see how we can develop our own labs and probably do analysis of data within Uganda. It has been very expensive analyzing data because you have to take samples outside Uganda. And so we're trying to build structures, infrastructure that's going to enable us to stay within Uganda and analyze data within Uganda, because this is our data as Uganda. Okay? So we are trying we are looking at what innovations can we deploy? What collaborative efforts can we engage in so that we can have researchers, the academia, the management institutions working together to ensure that we get the necessary information for us to manage biodiversity in Uganda.
Right. Now, our time is very fast.
Oh,
but
really?
Kindly allow me get into more of the comments that our viewer has sent through, and I do appreciate you for being part of the show. Thank you so much for following the conversation and asking the questions that are definitely pertinent and need answers to them. And of course, the compliments and the hellos you're sending, we're seeing them, receiving them, and we do appreciate you. Thank you for the show. My name is Mwanguzi Ibrahim. I am a veterinary medicine candidate from Makerere University with deep passion in wildlife and conservation medicine. My concern is that UA's recruitment of vets is still low, yet a lot of veterinary interventions are critical to the conservation efforts of our wildlife. What's the way forward?
Okay, I think you're very right. This is Mwanguzi. Mwanguzi, I take your comment. Initially, Mr. Mwanguzi, we used to have very clean ecosystems, okay? Very healthy ecosystems, and we didn't have issues to do with the veterinary medicine in wildlife. But then, as the ecosystems get degraded, okay, we are now getting a high interface between livestock and wildlife. Diseases used to be more in the livestock, and that's why the veterinary medicine was more biased to livestock than actually the animal world, the wildlife world. But then, because of these interfaces, okay, we are now getting issues within the wildlife sector. And the issues are, at the moment a strain or a pathogen crosses from livestock into wildlife, because wildlife is resilient, okay, the pathogen also, okay, the wildlife first resists, okay, and so the pathogen builds a thick skin around itself. Now, by the time it gets back into the cows, the livestock, the chicken, the goats, it is more dangerous. Okay? More dangerous. And that's why now we are looking into the area of bringing on the veterinary medicine in wildlife conservation. And we have started that. Yes, we have been moving slow, but now we are very fast. We have actually, let's say, last year we had only about 3 vets, okay? But now we have 7. So we are improving on our status of veterinary medicine. We are going to recruit more. Mr. Mwanguzi, please come and train within the wildlife sector. The other reason is, you know, veterinary medicine more focuses on livestock. Now, the training that they get when they come to wildlife as interns is what actually skills them to become wildlife managers. Because it's not a matter of saying, okay, I'm a vet, I can come to a wildlife. Otherwise, you are going to kill all the animals that you find. Because you need to have experience. We have got types of drugs that we actually inject the animals. Right. We have amount of doses that we use. And so if you come when you don't know how to handle a rhino, it will kill you. If you come when you don't know how to handle an elephant, it will kill you. Okay? And that's why we are very specific when it comes to veterinary medicine. We want to ensure that we first bring in these youth as interns. They volunteer, they gain experience, we train them, then after that we recruit them.
Right.
Of course we cannot recruit everyone. It's also not possible. But we really focus on those who are interested working with us. We will definitely train and recruit. No one who has trained in wildlife management medicine that has actually failed to get a job.
All right.
The reason is they don't want to come and train and then go back and come back.
Indeed.
as managers.
Mwanguzi, that's an opportunity for you to
Yes.
go and train so that you eventually get employed by Uganda Wildlife Authority. Now our conversation ends here. What are your parting shots?
Okay, Julie, as we end this, I want to say that wildlife is our resource. These ecosystems are very important to us as people. We have, definitely, we need oxygen as people. And the only way we can get oxygen is actually the wild, the forests, the savannas. These are the places that generate oxygen for us. The animals are very, very important for us. They actually regulate, okay? They regulate, for example, pests. I can say that if you killed, okay, you cleared all the birds in the bush and cleared the dead carcasses in the bush, you'll get a repercussion because the eagles will come to your home and take your chicken. Okay? If you cleared all the bushes around you, let's say we cleared the national parks, the tsetse flies will come to the homes.
Right.
Okay? So these protected areas are actually helping us to hold back disease, to hold back pests, to actually produce oxygen for us. It is our responsibility, all of us.
Right.
Okay? Let's protect these places. Tourism is at its best. Tourism is now #1. Foreign exchange earner. If we want to stabilize our economy, let's focus on tourism.
All right.
Tourism will bring income to the lowest person in the village. And so we can participate. If you want to know, go to Windi and see how rich the people are because of tourism.
All right, that is John Makombo for you, Commissioner Biodiversity Management at the Uganda Wildlife Authority. And he's been speaking with us regarding deploying innovation to defend Uganda's biodiversity. A lot of things have been taught here. And I hope there's a lot you've learned, unlearned, and relearned. For God and my country. Good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is the